Hello student, I am Palli sir from Palli Science Academy Udgir. In previous class we have seen the nomenclature system of carbon compounds, and in that we have seen chlorine. Today we will see bromine. Here first example of bromine, that is CH3CH2Br. First rule of IUPAC nomenclature system is that select the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms. Here the number of carbon atom is 2. Here first CH2, CH3. Then start numbering from the terminal carbon atom which is closest to the substituent. Here Br is a substituent and it is attached to this carbon atom. Therefore, give first number to this carbon 1 and here 2. Therefore, number of carbon atom is 2. Parent alkane of this compound is ethane and prefix is bromo for Br, and the name of this compound becomes 1-bromoethane because bromine is attached to the first carbon atom. Therefore, the name of this compound becomes 1-bromoethane. Next, we will see the second example, that is example here CH3, CH2, CHBr, CH2, CH3. Means the number of carbon atoms in a straight chain is 5 and the parent alkane is a pentane. Start the numbering from the terminal carbon atom which is closest to the bromine or substituent. Here from this side bromine is present on third carbon atom, and from this side bromine is attached to the third carbon atom. Therefore, the name of this compound becomes 3-bromopentane. 3-bromopentane because prefix is a bromo. So now we will see di, tri, tetra. If two or more same substituents are attached to the straight chain, then we should use prefix as a di, tri, tetra for 2, 3 and 4 same substituents. For example, we will see the example here CH3, CHBr, CHBr, CH3. First rule is that select the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms. The number of carbon atoms given in compound is 4. The number of carbon atoms in a given chain is 4. Therefore, the name of parent alkane becomes butane. Butane is the parent alkane to which bromine atoms are attached. Prefix, we should use prefix as a di if same substituents are attached. Then here take dibromo as a prefix. Dibromo as a prefix. Then indicate the position number of bromine. For this, we should start numbering from any terminal carbon atom which is closest to the bromine. Here, this bromine is on second, and from this side, this bromine is on second. Therefore, start numbering from any side. Here, 1, this is the 2, this is the 3, this is the 4. Therefore, we can see the bromine atom is attached to the second carbon atom and third carbon atom. Therefore, the name of given compound is 2,3 dibromo-butane. This is the name of a given compound. This is the name of a given compound. So we will see next one example. Next example. Here CH3, CHBr, CH2, CHBr and here CH3. So select the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms. Here the number of carbon atoms is 5 and the parent alkane is pentane. Start the numbering from the terminal carbon atom. This bromine is present on second carbon. From this side, bromine is present on second carbon. Therefore, we can start numbering from any side. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 bromine atoms are attached to the second and fourth carbon atom. Therefore, we should take prefix as dibromo. Prefix as a dibromo. This is a dibromo. And indicate the position number of bromine. 2,4 dibromo pentane. This is the name of given compound. Here 2 bromine atoms are attached to the second and fourth carbon atom. Therefore, the name of given compound is 2,4 dibromopentane. We will see the next example. Here, this is the example CH3, CHBr, CH2, CH2Br. Count the number of carbon atoms in a given chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, number of carbon atoms is 4 and the name of parent alkane is butane. And 2 bromine atoms are attached. Therefore, we should use dibromo as a prefix. Dibromo. And here, indicate the position number of bromine. Start the numbering from the terminal carbon atom which is closest to the substituent. So this bromine is attached to the first carbon atom. Therefore, here start numbering from this carbon. This is the 1, this is the 2, 3 and this is the 4. Therefore, the name of a given compound becomes 1, 3 dibromobutane. This is the 1,3 dibromobutane. After this, we will see one more example of dibromo. For example, here CH2, this is the Br, CH2, CHBr, this is the CH2, CH3. So count the number of carbon atoms given in a straight chain. Here the number of carbon atoms is 5. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the number of carbon atoms given in a compound is 5 and therefore here we should write 5. Parent alkane of this carbon chain is pentane. And next there is the start numbering from the terminal carbon atom which is closest to the bromine. Bromine is attached to this first carbon. Therefore, start numbering from this side. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4 and this is the 5. Therefore, we should use prefix as a dibromo because 2 bromine atoms are attached to the straight chain and there after this the name of this compound becomes, that is the CH3, CH2, C, this is the Br and this is the Br, CH3. So start the numbering from the terminal carbon atom which is closest to the substituent, and first rule is that select the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms. The number of carbon atoms is 4 and the parent alkane is butane. and two bromine atoms are attached to this carbon atom. Therefore, we should use prefix as a dibromo. And now indicates the position number. Here, this is the first carbon atom, this is the second, third, and this is the fourth. Therefore, we can write the name of this compound as a 2,2 dibromo butane. 2,2 dibromo butane. After this, we will see if two different substituents are attached to the straight chain, then start the numbering from terminal carbon atom which is closest to the substituent in alphabetical order, which comes first. Start the numbering from the terminal carbon atom. Okay, so we will see example. Here, this is the example: CH3, CH, Br, CH, Cl, CH3. Okay, select the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms. Here, number of carbon atoms is 4, the parent alkane is butane, and we should use prefix as bromo and chloro. First, B comes, means B comes first, therefore we should start numbering from this carbon atom. Here, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Here, bromo, chloro. We should use bromo and chloro as a prefix, and the name of given compound becomes 2-bromo 3-chloro-butane. The name of this compound becomes 2-bromo 3-chloro-butane. Here I have started the numbering from this terminal carbon atom because bromine is closest to this first and B comes first before C. Therefore, start the numbering from this side. Okay. So after this we will see next example. Here CH2, this is the Br, this is the CH2, CH2Cl. The number of carbon atoms present in a chain is 3. The parent alkane is propane, and prefixes are bromo and chloro. And start the numbering from this carbon atom. This is the 1, 2, 3. The name of this compound becomes 1-bromo 3-chloro-propane. So this is the name. Now we will see this suffix means the phrase after the word, and suffixes are such as alcohol, aldehyde, carboxylic acid, ester, amine, etc. We will see all these suffixes one by one. First we will see alcohol. The functional group of alcohol is OH. OH is the functional group of alcohol. And we should remember that the last E of alkane is replaced by OL. The last E of alkane is replaced by OL. We will see one example. First example of alcohol, that is CH3OH. Count the number of carbon atoms present in a straight chain. Here number of carbon atom is 1. Therefore, parent alkane of this is methane and suffix is OL. Therefore, the name of a compound becomes methanol. Here this is the name of a compound, methanol. We will see second example. Here Count the number of carbon atoms given in a compound. There are 2 carbon atoms, hence the parent alkane of this compound is ethane, and OH is attached to the 2 carbon atoms, means a straight chain of 2 carbon atom. Here suffix used for OH, that is OL. Therefore the name of given compound is ethanol. We will see one more example of alcohol. Here we will see next example of alcohol. CH3, CH, OH, this is the CH3. Select the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms. Here the number of carbon atoms is 3. Parent alkane of this is propane, and we should use suffix for OH, that is OL, and therefore the name of given compound becomes propane. This OH is present on second carbon atom from this side or from this side, therefore represent the position number of OH. Here propane to OL, propane to OL. The name of given compound becomes propane to OL. Last E of propane is replaced by OL, and this OL is for OH, which is attached to the second carbon atom. Therefore the name of given compound becomes propane to OL. We will see one more example of alcohol. For example, here CH3, CH, OH, CH2, CH3. The number of carbon atoms given in a chain is 4. Therefore the parent alkane is a butane, and the suffix used for OH, that is a OL, and the name of given compound. Before that, it is necessary to indicate the position number of OH. I have already told that start the numbering from the terminal carbon atom, which is closest to the substituent. We should start numbering from this carbon atom because OH is present on second carbon atom. Therefore, here this is 1, this is the 2, 3, 4. The name of this compound becomes butane. Last E of butane is replaced by OL, and here OL for OH. OH is attached to second carbon atom. Therefore, we should write 2. Butane to OL is the name of given compound. Butane to OL. This 2 indicates the position of OH. Position of OH. OH is present on second carbon atom. Therefore, we should write butane to OL. One more example, that is the CH3, CH2, CH, OH, CH3, CH2, this is the CH3. Here number of carbon atoms given in a straight chain is 5, and the parent alkane of 5 carbon atom is pentane, and OL is the suffix used for OH, and this OH is present on third carbon atom, because from this side it is on third, from this side it is on third. Therefore we should start numbering from inside, from this side or that side. This is the 1, this is the 2, 3, 4 and 5. Therefore the name of given compound becomes pentane 3-OL. Functional group of aldehyde is CHO, and this is the open structure of aldehyde. Single bond C, double bond O, single bond H. This is the CHO. CHO is the functional group of aldehyde. We should remember that the last E of alkane is replaced by Al, And for example, here HCHO. Count the number of carbon atoms given in this compound. Here only one carbon atom is present. Therefore, number of carbon atoms given in a compound, that is 1, and parent alkane of 1 carbon is methane, and suffix used for CHO, that is AL. Therefore, the name of given compound is methanol. So we will see second example. Here this is the name of given compound. Given compound, this is the methanol. Next we will see second example. That is CH3 CHO. CH3 CHO. The number of carbon atoms given in compound is 2. The number of carbon atoms given in a compound is 2. Therefore, the name of parent alkane is ethane, and suffix for CHO group, that is Al. Suffix used for CHO, that is Al, and the name of given compound is ethanol. This is the ethanol. And you should remember that start numbering from the CHO group. Here including CHO, C is the first carbon atom and this is the second carbon atom. Therefore, the name of this compound becomes ethanol. And you should remember last E of alkane is replaced by Al in case of aldehyde. Third example we will say, this is the CH3 CH2 CHO. The number of carbon atoms present in this chain, that is 3, and parent alkane of 3 carbon is propane. This is a propane. Last E of propane is replaced by Al. Therefore, the name of given compound becomes propanol. This is the simple name, means IUPAC name of given compound. This is the propanol. What is this? Propanol. After this we will say the carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid is COOH, and this is the open structure of carboxylic acidic group, that is C double bond OOH. So we will see some examples of carboxylic acid. We should remember that last E of alkane is replaced by OIC acid. Last E of alkane is replaced by OIC acid. Here first example is HCOOH. The number of carbon atoms given in a chain is 1, and parent alkane of 1 carbon atom is methane, and suffix, there is a OIC acid. Therefore, the name of given compound becomes methanoic acid. Methanoic acid is the name of given compound. We will see the second example of carboxylic acid, that is CH3 COOH. The number of carbon atoms given in a compound is 2, and parent alkane of 2 carbon atom is ethane. Here this is the 2 and this is the ethane. Ethane is the parent alkane, and therefore last E of ethane is replaced by OIC acid. Therefore the name of given compound becomes ethanoic acid. And we should start numbering from the carbon atom which is closest to the substituent or which is closest to this functional group. We should start numbering from this carbon. This first carbon, second carbon. Therefore, the name of given compound becomes ethanoic acid. We will see next example. That is the CH3 CH2 COOH. The number of carbon atoms given in a chain is 3, and the parent alkane of 3 carbon atoms is a propane. This is a propane. and the last E of propane is replaced by OIC acid. Therefore, the name of given compound becomes propanoic acid. Propanoic acid. This is the name of given compound. Okay. After this, we will see one more example of carboxylic acid, that is CH3CH2 CH2 COOH. Here, number of carbon atoms is 4. First, second, third, fourth. Means number of carbon atoms is 4, and the parent alkane of 4 carbon atom is butane. And last E of butane is replaced by OIC acid. Therefore, the name of given compound becomes butanoic acid. This is the butane. Last E of alkane is replaced by OIC acid. Therefore, the name of given compound becomes butanoic acid. Now we will see the ester. What is the ester? And what is the functional group of ester? And the functional group of ester is COO. This is the functional group of ester. While writing the name of IUPAC name of ester, we should remember prefix and suffix. We should use prefix as well as suffix in giving the IUPAC name of ester. For example, here this is the first example. CH3 COO CH3 means the functional group of ester is a COO, and the last E of alkane is replaced by OATE. OATE, and here CH3 group is attached to this COO group from both sides. Therefore, select the longest chain of carbon atoms. Here 2 carbon atoms are present and one is CH3 is present. This CH3 is a prefix. For this, we should use methyl, and suffix for COO is OATE. OATE. Therefore, here number of carbon atoms is 2. Parent alkane of 2 carbon atom is ethane, and prefix is methyl. Methyl is a prefix for CH3 and suffix, that is a OATE, and therefore the name of given compound becomes methyl ethanoate. Methyl ethanoate is the name of given compound. We will see second example of ester. This is the second example. Here, number of carbon atoms present in the longest continuous chain is 3. This is the 1, 2, 3. And CH3 is attached to this COO group. Therefore, the number of carbon atoms is 3, and parent alkane of 3 carbon is propane. Propane. And prefix we should use methyl, and therefore the name of a given compound becomes methyl propanoate. Methyl propanoate is the name of a given compound, and it is necessary to remember the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms. Here 3 carbon atoms are attached to each other, and one CH3 group is attached to this COO group. Therefore, we should take the methyl as a prefix and propane as a parent, and last E of propane is replaced by OATE because of COO group. For next, we will see another one example. Here, this is the CH3. CH2, C double bond O, this is the CH2, CH3. Here, number of carbon atoms present in the longest chain is 3. This is the 1, 2, 3, and CH2, CH3 is a prefix. Ethyl is the prefix. The number of carbon atoms is 3, and for 3 carbon atoms, the parent alkane is propane, and Ethyl is the prefix. Ethyl is the prefix, and suffix used for COO group is the OATE, and therefore the name of given compound becomes ethyl propanoate. Ethyl propanoate. Okay. After this we will see alkene, alkyne. Alkene means it is an unsaturated hydrocarbon, and alkyne is also unsaturated hydrocarbon compound. Alkene means carbon-carbon containing double bond, and alkyne means carbon-carbon containing triple bond. Alkene is an unsaturated hydrocarbon. The last ANE of alkane is replaced by ENE if double bond is present in a straight chain. For example, here first there is a CH2 double bond CH2. The number of carbon atoms present in a straight chain is 2, and parent alkane of this is ethane, and suffix is ENE. Therefore, the name of given compound becomes ethene. Ethene is the name of given compound, and we should remember that indicate the position number of double bond and start the numbering from the terminal carbon atom which is closest to the double bond. For example, we will see the example is the CH3 CH double bond CH2. Here double bond is present on first carbon atom, therefore start numbering from this carbon atom. This is the first, this is the second, this is the third. Number of carbon atoms present in a straight chain is 3. Parent alkane of 3 carbon atom is a propane, and suffix is ene, and therefore the name of a given compound becomes propene. Propene. This is the name of given compound. Here this is the CH3 CH double bond CH2, and therefore the name of this compound becomes propene. Propene is the name of a given compound. Next example we will see. This is the CH3 CH double bond CH single bond CH3. Start the numbering from the terminal carbon atom which is closest to the double bond. Here this is the first, this is the second, third, and this is the fourth. Number of carbon atoms given in a given compound is 4. Parent alkane of 4 carbon atom is a butane, and last ANE of butane is replaced by ENE. But it is necessary to represent the position of a double bond. Double bond is present on second carbon atom. Therefore, write but. Then represent position number. Double bond is present on second carbon. Therefore, 2, and this is the hyphen, and this is the ENE. But to ENE is the name of a given compound. It is necessary to represent the position of a double bond in a given compound. Therefore, the name of a given compound becomes but to ENE. Next example. This is the CH3 CH2 CH double bond CH2. Here double bond is present on first carbon atom, therefore the start numbering from this carbon atom. This is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 3, and this is the 4. Number of carbon atoms present in a given compound is 4. Parent alkane is butane. This is the butane. Suffix used for double bond is ENE, and the name of given compound becomes but1 ENE. But1 ENE. If you like my videos, share, like, comment, and subscribe my channel.